So this week, it's breakup week. Just the worst topic ever, right? I know it's necessary, but it's just a bad topic. All right, so it seems that baby beavers across the world want to know what to do or how to cope after your first breakup or a breakup in general. Well, it sucks. It sucks. No matter who you are in the breakup, the dumper, the dumpee, or whether it's mutual, it just sucks epically. Did I say that it sucks? Just sucks. There's no right or wrong way to cope, I guess, or there's no right, really, not there's no right or wrong way to cope. There's no right or wrong way to deal with it. There's no right or wrong way on how to feel about it. I think everyone just has to work through it differently. I know personally for me, it's so vitally important. Let me move this down. It's so vitally important to have a good support group, have your friends behind you, have your family behind you, because at that time, during the breakup, after the breakup, you're gonna need your friends and family just to cry to you, to comfort you, to laugh with you. You're gonna need it all. So I know AJ had mentioned in her video that sometimes we push away people, and I know I've done that before. I kind of get into this hole of I am miserable, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to be with anyone, but I think sometimes that's not the best idea. Sometimes you do need to reach out to people and you need to know what it's like to laugh again. Because chances are, if you're anything like me, you've been doing a lot of crying. So I think it's just important not to close yourself off to those people, to reach out to them. I think that's really important. Another very important thing to realize is it's not the end of the world. It's not. The sun will rise again tomorrow. The moon will come out. I think a lot of times, especially with women, when we're in something, we are in it. Hence the U-Haul, hence the sleeping over every night, hence the we are attached at the hip sort of thing. And when that ends, I think we just kind of feel like the rug has been pulled out underneath us, that how are we supposed to move on? How are we supposed to eat and breathe and do anything that doesn't require just being in bed? And I think it's important to really understand that, people come in and out of our lives for a reason. Chances are, if you're a lesbian, you'll still be friends with your ex because this is how we do it. And it's really not going to be as horrible as you think it is currently, because a month down the line, 2 months down the line, 6 months down the line, however long it takes you to really heal from the experience, that A, you'll probably end up a better person for it, because now you'll know what you want and what you don't want out of a relationship, and B, you'll end up way stronger than you were previously, because I think any breakup teaches you a lot about yourself, and it teaches you where your strengths are, and for a moment it allows you to be selfish, and I think that's important. I think every now and again we need to be selfish and put ourselves first. So it gives you time to kind of reflect on that, to reflect on the relationship, to reflect on you. And sometimes I think that's much needed. I think that it's important, especially if you're anything like me and like to put everyone before you. I think it's important that once you have that break, that you focus on yourself, that you figure out what you want and you figure out how to get that. And it's not always easy, and it does sometimes require your friends and family and a freaking fucking fantastic good therapist. But regardless, it gives you the time to focus on you. And also, it's not a horrible thing to be single, ladies. There's a song on it. You may want to check Lori's Truth or Dare video. She dances to the song. It's fabulous. I think just as women in general, we like to be in a couple. We like to be in a relationship. We like to nurture other people. And I think being single scares a lot of us. It's a scary thought to kind of not be a part of something, right? And it's important to remember that we've all been through it. Every single one of us has had a breakup experience. And they're hard. I don't know if they ever get easier. I think they just get different, right? Because every person that you date is different, unless you're AJ and you're focusing on trying to get someone like the girl that you just broke up with, which, as she stated, is probably not a good idea. I mean, stick with the qualities of the person that you really, really liked, and then the qualities that just didn't match up, make sure they're not in that second person. This is just a really hard topic for me to discuss currently because I'm going through it. So it's always easier to discuss these topics when you're not in the midst of it, I think. I seriously wish I could talk about this subject, I don't know, like 6 months from now, a year from now, when I have some hindsight on it. But it just sucks, and it's hard, and I'm sure it gets easier. I'm told it gets easier, and I think right now, and I can't speak for everyone, not everyone remains friends with their exes, but I think for me, that's my major focus. I think people get into relationships for a reason. I think you fall for that person for a reason, and it's hard to just not have that person there anymore. And I don't want that to be my situation. I don't want to all of a sudden have this person and then not have them. So I'm very much about focusing on cultivating a friendship through the breakup, which may not always be the best advice for everyone, but for me, so far it seems to be working well. And there's ups and there's downs and there's fights and there's arguments, of course, but ultimately, if there's a good foundation there, I really think the friendship could remain, and currently that's what I'm trying to focus on to get through the breakup. The breakup sucks. That part we've established sucks, but to have a friendship there at the end of all of it, I think means way more. To just have that individual in your life forever, I think is a great thing. And I'm not talking about if this is like a 6-month relationship or a week relationship. I'm talking about keeping the friendship if it's been a 7-year relationship or a 10-year relationship or a 5-year relationship, something that's been very long term. I don't know, for me, I can't imagine not having that person in my life. So I'm getting through it. Not well on all days, but most days I'm finding a way to cope, and it normally involves friends. It involves going out and doing new things and trying to find a way to make me happy. And on some days, again, that's not going to happen. I'm going to be in bed crying, but that's not all days. So there you have it. Again, I wish I could be like the rest of the beavers who are so amazing in their videos this week, and thank God for you guys because you're saying stuff that I just can't say yet because I don't have that hindsight yet. I don't have that ability to draw on experiences quite yet as I'm going through it myself. So it's been helpful for me to hear all your videos. It really has. So thank you to the Beaver Bunch for helping me. Maybe that's why I picked the question. Maybe I needed to hear what you guys thought on the topic because Mama could use some help every now and again. So I will see you guys next week, hopefully with a topic that I could actually talk about a little better than this. I will see you next week. Mwah. Bye, guys.